Hello everyone and welcome back to Derail Valley Simulator. We are starting back where we left off on the last episode. But as you can see, we're in the next day, July 23rd. We made it through the storm last night and it's nice and clear out. I mean, there's some clouds, but for the most part, the storm has moved on out to sea. And it's starting to clear off. I mean, the ground is still a little wet. So we've got some residual effects, but for the most part, everything is drying off. And I wanted to look at these orders here. And we're going to go ahead and bite the bullet. And we're going to move on to get a license here. But I want to be able to do those, so we'll need train length 1. And, excuse me. Again, this will come at a cost. It's not just $10,000, but there will be other underlying costs. And as you can see here, those costs are a copay of an increase of $1,900 and a time bonus of -2%. And though we don't really ever want to use it, it removes the re-rail discount, which was virtually free, I think. But now, if we have a derailment, every car we put back on is going to cost us money. We try not to have to use that anyhow, so hopefully we'll keep it that way. I thought we were going to have to on the last run, going through that one point where the speed reduced to 20. And we were still going a good 35 to 40 miles an hour, or kilometers an hour. But, again, we don't have the concurrent order, but we can do these each one at a time. We'll still go out and hook them all up, because as you can see, there's going to be multiple pickups, D2S, D5S, and G2S. And then on this one, G1S. So that's all in one line, so that's good. So we'll start with this one and go get it hooked up. Plenty of time on it, and this one only has 36 minutes. But let's go get our engine. And since we left it down in the D yard, we can just start off there and get those pickups there made. And then we'll run from D over to the G yard. But for now, let's get over here, and I think some of the cars were on 5. Yeah, so let's figure out probably these two right here. This is SL57, and that's SL57, and whoops. Oh, there's just one car. Okay, I thought I saw 2. So this thing is moving. We don't want to get crushed by that. But, so there's the first car right there, and we'll run down here, get our engines, and come up and hook up to that. See where these other cars are first. Maybe they'll be best to get first. Alright, there's our clock that we put in last time. All this is good. We'll flip these switches on. Turn our air on. We don't need our wipers anymore, I don't think, unless we got a little bit to clear off. There we go. Let's see. We need to go forward. Oops, forget. You got that handbrake to turn off or release. I don't know why I keep wanting to say turn off. It's not a switch. Okay, while we're doing this backing move, We need D2S. So that's going to be the second rung of the ladder over here. And can't really tell. Oh, yep, there's a flat car behind it, so maybe we better go see if there's anything else on the other side, because that's, well, let's just drive down there. Either way we go about it, we're going to have to move something, so whether it's on the front or the back doesn't matter. And we need these cars on the front of our engine anyhow. Because of the way we're facing, we want to have everything on our front. I don't really want to go turn the engine around just for moving around here in the yard. If we were going to go do a run, that'd be different. We'd go turn the engine around for sure. It looks like those tanker cars are going to be in our way, so I guess first thing we're going to do is, well, gotta back up a little bit further. We need to get past this point. Alright, so let's go into here, and then, well, that's gonna, yeah, we can't get it without hitting something else, so we'll just start rolling in here until we have a clear path to switch that switch with the remote. And we'll go ahead and just bump into this set of cars. They're not the ones we want, but we got to get them out of the way, so we'll have to end up hooking up to them. We don't have the license to do anything with them, but we can still hook up to them and move them out of the way. So that's a plus. Really don't want to be bumping into these real hard, because I don't want to end up having to breaking something or causing an explosion if they're loaded with anything. Alright, let's hold off right there and see how far we gotta go to hook up to the other cars. These all should be in a single consist. And we're already against these, so are these SL57? Yes, that's one. And that's two. So we need both of these cars. We don't need this flatbed, but it's not hooked up. So we'll just leave that alone. Oh, did the brake? I didn't check that. Oh, yep, it's on. Since those are all, that one is sitting there holding it, we don't have to worry about it having the brake applied. We will hook these up because we'll need to pull them out. And we need to look on here and see which one of these has the brake applied. Some of these are a hunting job where you got to figure out where the wheel is, because some of them are on the side, some of them are back and back or up in front, and even more, this is not just a visual thing, but that's where the brake is on some of them. Oh, how are we how did it move? Must have moved whenever I released the brake. Alright, let's see if we can't. Oh, that's probably enough. And it was. That's good. Now I can't see what I'm doing. I hate crouching. I don't like doing it down here. I can't. No, it's not letting me get a. There we go. Well, there we go. Okay, so open the valve. Let's pull these out and set them out there on the main. Oh. Well, come on. You know what, better yet, let's just go hook up to that car, because we're going to have to hook up to it anyhow. So rather than putting those other ones on the main, we'll just run them on over and put them on front of that. I think there should be enough room for 2 cars to sit there without being in anything that we're going to do, being in the way of anything we're doing. Because we're just going to bring these back over and put them back here on this siding. Alright, so I don't know if we can, yeah, we can try that and see if we can see it all the way through. We won't need to switch this other switch again because we're not going to be coming out of that section. Alright, let's go see if that's going to clear. Oh, I guess we do need to switch that. Good thing we went all the way back like we did. Ooh, just got bright. Clouds must have cleared the way of the sun. Can't really see where the sun is, but we've got lights on over here still yet, which don't make any sense. Still seeing lights. Alright, switch that back into forward. And this is where we're going to lose view of where we're going. So we'll really have to slow it down and kind of ease into it until we stop. I mean, I have the remote control. I kept calling it a control stand, but I guess it's a remote control. Oh, I think we just bumped. So let's go take a look. One car, 2 cars, and number 3, and we are sitting against it. So good, we're here. Release the brake. I mean, I guess we could have just left it applied. I'd rather keep it like I always do and have the one on the front near the engines. Excuse me. Alright, let's go put these back on that other track. lose sight of that, I bet. Yep, there we go. It looks like that's the points right there, so we should be far enough. Excuse me. And that's already still set, so we're good there. And we got 3 cars on, so we'll remember that. Alright, there they go, going into the track. And there's 1 car. Two cars. I don't want to run into that flatbed. Oh. Okay. Excuse me. I don't know why my throat does that. Every time I try to talk, I start getting all congested. And oh yeah, we still had plenty of room, so no problems there. And see, once we disconnected, those lights came on. I wish that was a mechanic that, well, again, I don't know. That may be real. I don't know if that's a game mechanic or if that's something that's for real. But it just doesn't make any sense if it is for real. You would want headlights no matter which way you're, no matter what part of your engine's hooked up to something. You know, if you got a bunch of flat cars on, why wouldn't you be able to use your headlights to see over the top of the flat cars? Now, if we had a big old box car or a grain hopper or something like that in the way, you know, I can kind of see not having those lights, they're useless. But, you know, give me the benefit of the doubt. Give me lights whenever I can. I'm not going to run out there. We'll just try to switch it remotely. Okay, why are we not going forward? Did we not stop all the way? Probably what had happened. Since we got comfort mode on, if I would have switched the gears while the still moving, this dude right here would have blown up. And we'd had to go over here and reflip this switch for the traction motors. And let's not hit these too hard. I don't think we're going to have time in this episode to get both of these, so we'll probably just, I don't know, maybe so, since, oh, a little bit hard of a bump. Wouldn't have wanted to do that if I could have prevented it. Which I could have, but I wouldn't have been able to talk. So see, no talking while we're working. But yeah, I mean, since we got to run over the G track anyhow, I guess that's what I was thinking. I'm going to be over there anyhow. I might as well hook up to that order. But again, we got 57, 57, and we already unhooked these cars. Well, they never were hooked, I don't think. So good to go there. And we're going to back out of here now, so let's... Alright, where's my light? See, I must, there we go. I was gonna say, I don't think I have my throttle engaged, because it wasn't switching gear, or direction. And this is a set of cars we can still kind of see over, but the headlights being down on the bumper. I don't think there's any up on the roof. Nope. So even though those headlights are down there, they'd just be shining off of that. So, I mean, I know they'd be useless with these cars, but I don't know. It's still kind of just one of those things that, you know, being as naive as I am, because I haven't lived the life, I don't see why why it would be a realistic thing to take away a capability just because of you know, something that's not always going to be the case. Like having flat cars on instead of a box car, or a gondola, or a hopper. Or anything taller than a flat car, which is pretty much everything. That's the loading track we're going to end up going down. If you remember that D7, put my mouse control here, and D7 is where we're going to load this one and this one. But we can't pull into it until after we already get the order validated. So we can only validate one order at a time, because I do not have concurrent orders license. I really want to hook up to that, but I'll have to get the multiple unit license, and that's gonna I don't know what kind of prerequisites are necessary for that license, so we'll just have to work our way towards it. But until then, I mean, I could hook it up, but it would just be dead weight we're pulling around. And I don't see any point now. Oh, look at that, a red sky. For some reason, whenever I was a kid, I always looked at those kind of clouds, and whenever they were red like that, they made me think of mashed potatoes and gravy. My mom used to make a sauce or gravy. Whenever she'd make meatloaf, it'd be a red sauce, and she'd put those on mashed potatoes, because usually whenever we had meatloaf, mashed potatoes was a part of it, and we'd have those that red sauce on them, and so that's what that kind of reminds me of, like a tomato sauce or something like that. Alright, so that's going to put us into the G yard, and going into there, we'll need G2S first, because we need to put that with these cars. So we'll have to go see if anything is in the way over there. See, sometimes I make that look like a pro, and other times I really messed that up. Ah, come on. See, I can't hear it because I got the volume turned down, and I don't see the lights change. I don't know, I'll just shut up about it. There's no sense in beating a dead horse. To quote a saying, okay, what's going on now? Now, how do I still have the train brake on? I don't get that. Yeah, that's why I wish I could always have some kind of a saved view where I can always sit here in the cab in this view right here, so I can see whenever them controls move. Because just pushing buttons doesn't tell me which way things is moving, or things are moving, or however you say it. Without some kind of visual cue, I'm just guessing. And I think we're going to need to hold off before we cross this set of points, because I think we're going to want to go off to our left immediately. So we're coming in right here. I'm sorry, right here. And so let's go to G. And yes, we will need to cross this point here and then go into this part of the ladder. So let's go switch that point. I mean, I guess I could have done it with the radio, but yeah, again, we need to go take a visual inspection of the cars anyhow, so before we switch that switch. And it does look like there's stuff in the way. Oh, joy. Now we got all these cars right here to get out of the way. Or is it going to be better for us to just run down to the other side? That's why I wanted to kind of run down the tracks and see where those cars are. And of course, they're all the way on the end. Okay, so we need 57. That's 57. So those aren't connected, I'm sure. Yep, they're separated. So there's one, and then there's two. There's three. Excuse me. And there's four. So yep, all of these cars are clear in the front. So, oh man, it's getting dark again. What in the world? What time of day is it? Let's just do it this way. Well, I can't hit the F4. Alright, so is there an empty runaround track? Yes, right here. So we can come down the main, back into those, or pull into that, hook up to the front of our train, and then back out, set them on the main, and then come around. I think that's what we're going to have to end up doing. So, oh, is it starting to rain again? It looks like that's rain. Look at that. Look at all that. And it's only, what, 9 o'clock? I don't know if that's 9 a.m. or p.m. I can't tell with that kind of a clock. Well, I want to get a digital clock. It's 24-hour time, so I would know whether or not it's 900 or 2100. I mean, by all things that I can think of, it seemed like it was morning time, so it should only be 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't think we've sat here and wasted an entire day running around on the yard, but man, you can barely see that crane. See all those lights? There's a big old crane and you can't even see it, just see the outline of it by the lights. I mean, it is July and we are right on the coast of a major waterway, so I guess rain is just a part of the area. I don't know if this is modeled after a certain place in Europe or where this is modeled after. Never really looked into all that information. I'm sure it's on the wiki or whatever they call it, wiki page. But I'm just not haven't gotten to that point where I've looked it up yet. I guess you could say we're an American engineer running in a European state. We got to get used to the European standards. which probably wouldn't be too totally unrealistic. Did we pass it? I don't know. I don't know. We'll try. Oh, it looked like they switched, so let's see. I hope so. See, my lights came on, so that was a guaranteed idea that, or notification that we're in the right direction. Past this first one, and I think that's the one we want right there. Because there's the cars we're going to right there. Boy, it's really getting dark. Maybe it is nighttime already. I didn't think it was that late. I thought the calendar just changed to 23rd. And a little bit too hard of a bump. Yeah, let's see if they sat still good enough. Yeah, I think so. I always like to hook from the side of the train I'm already connected to. So if it's my engines, I like to hook up from my engine. If it's cars, I like to hook up from the ones already hooked up to my locomotive. It's kind of one of those standards and practices things of mine. Keep it consistent. Okay, I think we already decided that we wanted all 4 of these cars, so we got cars on the end and cars on the rear and cars on the front, cars on the back, however you want to say it. So, I'm my back far enough to see my controls. Now we're not going to have headlights in any direction. We've got cars on both ends. I mean, I guess I could switch those to rear lights, and of course they're not coming on. No surprise there. So we want to come and put these other cars right in front of us. We want to put them on this track right here. And then we'll come back here and run around them with the other cars. So we can put them on the end. I think that's going to bring us past the point. So let's go check. Oh yeah, we're good. And since we're already out here, let's go ahead and... Well, I could have used the radio, I guess, but I'm already headed this way, so just keep going. We're not going to put anything back up in there that I can think of. I mean, there's the moon, so boy, it must be night. I guess the day did go by. I didn't realize that it had already been that late. So all these dark skies aren't necessarily a storm coming in. It was just nighttime coming upon us. Alright, we'll pull past this switch because I think we need to go into that. Yes, we do. So let's switch this off and we'll turn off that direction and let's flip this one. That ought to give us a runaround track that's clear. Oh, and look at there. There's a red light. And we'll switch gears and boom, we got headlights. If I know I'm not coming back somewhere, I usually don't like leaving these switches flipped to the turn off. I like to keep them to the main. So I don't know, did we pass them? Okay, good. And that's set to the ladder, so there we go. I think we're good. Alright, so where was this other set out? G1S, so that would have been all the way up there. Can't see them because these tanks are in the way. Yeah, depending on if we can just back into them or if we have to go all the way around and do this again. If we have to do that, I'm just going to come back and get them next time. But it looks like there's tanks in the way, so we'll just leave them. We'll do this order and that'll be it for this. I don't want to overextend this video for too long. Alright, why aren't we stopping that? Set the brakes a long time ago and it just wasn't responding. Okay, we just need to turn this one. Set it back to the main. And we'll put this back up the ladder. I always kind of like to leave them in the default to the ladder. And since we're out here, let's go look at one and see, but sure looks to me, yep, all these tanks are right, and there they are. Yeah, we'll just leave them here, because I'm not going to prolong this for that long. That's 64, yep. We can come back and get those on another order, on another video, I mean. We're already running into 40 minutes here, and I don't want to overextend my welcome. My welcome into your TV or phone or whatever you watch on. I just appreciate if you even are still here after all this time. think we're loaded up. We're getting some lag here and I don't know why. Maybe my computer's starting to get tired. Alright, so let's run these up, and we won't pull onto the loading track, but we'll pull up by the station. Okay, there's not a brake on still, is there? No. Feels like we're dragging. I think we passed that spot, so I can go ahead and jump out here. Let's teleport just to get this done. And we need to set that track. And we'll just go up here and set this one while we're out of the engine. Because we'll need to go into here. And I don't think that one's set up there. I think it's already set towards the loading track. We'll double check it as we pull in. But since we're already out of the engine, I think we had 108 minutes on this, and we'll put this one back down on the table because we're not going to do it this time. So that one will be the next time we come together. We'll pick that one up on G1S. And then this one here, I'll stick it in the validator, and there we go. We got till, the 24th at 10 o'clock. We got plenty of time on this, but let's just, see, we already got all this, so D7L, and we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars. So, 752. Okay, yeah, there it is. See, it's not in order, but it's not going to penalize us for it. 893, yep, it's right after. 053. 062, the end car. 239, back up to the middle. 751, the end. And 061, so yeah, these are all out of order compared to the train order. But that's okay, it won't penalize us or deny us or anything like that, because it doesn't matter the order, just so long as it's present. And I like that about this game. It's not so detailed that you have to have them in exact order. It can still tell that the car is on the track. I mean, this whole thing is going to go to the same place, so the order of the cars doesn't really matter. It's all going to the same destination. Now when we get to the other destination, there it might matter. Because we'll have some setouts to do, I'm sure. And I'm sure this is probably, I think we're loading scrap metal. Yeah, scrap metal, so this is probably going to end up going to either the steel mill or probably the steel mill. I can't think of what else would take scrap metal. Alright, so that gets us going. Make sure this next one puts us on the loading track instead of 6. And I haven't changed it, so I don't see why it would have changed. I don't think points change during game breaks. Yep, it's still set to the loading track. And since we don't want to sit here and figure out where to take these two, we're going to pull these all the way to the other end of the track. And just leave them set out on D7L, as the order says. Probably just leave the engine sitting here attached. Well, I might disconnect it, but I'm just going to leave the engine over on this side of the yard. Because the next time we come together, I don't know. I know I'm going to do some off-camera work, and you're probably getting tired of seeing nothing but shunting, so I don't know. I might decide whether or not I'm going to go and just take care of that other job by myself off camera. It's going to get rather boring just sitting here watching me bounce back and forth from, you know, loading track to sighting to loading track, so I'll probably go ahead and do that. I'll probably just go, okay, where are we at? We're way back up here. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. I'll probably just go take care of some of those shunting jobs with the licenses I currently have. Now, if I have to get a new license, I'll hold off on that. But yeah, we didn't see it load because it's inside the car, so we won't see anything on the car. But now you can see inside the car. You can see all that scrap metal. Let's shut this down. Shut our doors. Set a brake. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect now because I already know I'm not gonna pull these back out of here. Oop, I think I dropped it. Oh well. I guess we'll have to crouch next time. I try not to drop them because then you have to crouch, because sometimes getting over the top of those buffers can be difficult. Okay, let's see how well we did and if we got everything we're supposed to do done. And we did. 5 minutes. That seemed like it took longer than that, but I guess we did most of it off the clock. 34,000, so that's a pretty good paying job. Which brings our grand total to back over 100. So we're back at 114. Now let's pay our fees. See, it went up because, of course, that's only going to reduce it by that amount. We still have that much to pay if we have any other fees that we incur. So let's pay that amount and then we're good. So let's go back to this screen. I'll just leave it right there. But anyhow, that's going to be the end of this video, so I appreciate you staying with me if you did. And until next time, you have a great day and stay safe out there.